Welcome back to the garage. It's January 1st of 2023, and for some reason it's 70 degrees outside, so it's good enough weather. Let's work on the Jeep a little bit. I've actually already done a little bit without recording. Snapped off that bolt accidentally a while back, so I was able to drill it out and remove it. And the Bantam actually saved me. I had a couple of spare bolts from the old stuff I replaced. Was able to pull a 5/16 bolt out of the drawer of stuff. And that's all buttoned back up. So now we just need to fill it up with some oil. And then we move on to the big thing, emergency brake. Oh, there we go. There we go. And now, while you watch me do a little bit of cleanup on this sad, rusted, half of a World War II Jeep combat wheel, I wanted to chat a little bit about what my plans are for the channel in 2023. First and foremost, the Jeep is going to leave the garage and drive down the hill under its own power safely, with any luck. Maybe I'll have a better grasp on that by the end of this video. We'll see. But next up is the name of the channel, The Garage on the Hill. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? A little bit low effort. But that was about all the brain power I had 2 years ago when I started the channel, and I just needed a name. So it's been kind of a working title, I guess. But I think the channel's grown enough that it's time to change names and kind of pick a different direction. So, we'll see. I also want to get back to some of the other types of content that I used to do. I have a few woodworking projects to get back to, and I have some tool restorations that I do want to do videos on. The problem is that Jeep parts have kind of taken over the garage and my life lately, so I'm going to have to get all those reined in and under control before I can move back to the other types of content. So with any luck, 2023 will bring some organization to the garage that is much, much needed. Well, I guess also for 2023, I might be getting a new GoPro battery. Oil is drained, drum is off. Once again, daylight just disappears because winter. But once again, that emergency brake, my nemesis, is ready to come apart. And we'll see if this new backing plate solves a few things. Well, a week ago it was 0 degrees and freezing. Yesterday it was 70 and sunny, so of course today it's 65, foggy, and thunderstorms. Go figure. So let's see what we got here. The drum has no specific new scoring or marking or anything like that. Actually, yeah, it does. This is probably brake dust that's wet from Arkansas humidity. And the shoe has a bit of wear just here on the edge. So that kind of helps lend to the theory that the backing plate is just bent. But I need to get that backing plate off to figure out the rest of it. So, let's get that going. Well, I've been getting some stuff done at the workbench, so it's full, but let's see what we got. like I said, while under the Jeep, really not a lot to see. On the underside of the drum here, on the shoes, it seems pretty much specifically a problem on the lower shoe on the outer edge, which kind of lends to the belief that the thing was just bent. There is a big old bend here. There always was, and I know that's not supposed to be that way because the replacement I picked up isn't like that. So maybe it really is just this backing plate being all bent up and it just doesn't work right. And like I mentioned previously in another video probably, here's that little weld for the replacement anchor, which the original was kind of just, I think, riveted on. Maybe this thing just did not get on there correctly. I don't know. But let's swap the hardware over and see what we can come up with. I don't know how well this will show up on camera. This one, the original for my setup, is definitely bent. Now that I have one to compare it to, yeah, I can for sure tell you the backing plate is bent. So maybe that was the problem. Well, with everything swapped over, theoretically this will work. And when I put the drum on it, there's actually a gap in most places. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. While I was here, I took the time to finish tightening up the speedometer cable. There was a bit of oil leaking under here, so at least that is dealt with. Okay. Alright, we're wired up on both sides. This new companion flange is a pretty dang tight fit. So I went and took a break and came back and just went right to it. I did not even think to hit record, but you know, it's not exactly that interesting turning a wrench. So here we are at the end, making sure everything is tightened up. I'm sure there's a torque spec on these. I'll come back later and figure that out, but for now, German spec, Guten tight, you know, that should be sufficient. Sounds like the rear brakes are dragging a little bit, but there's nothing coming from the emergency brake drum. But here's what happens. I hit the lever, actuate that, get the shoes in place. When I let go, now I'm getting a rubbing right here and right here. So basically the shoes are not snapping back perfectly. But regardless, this is still a hell of a lot better than it was. So I think
I think we're ready for a drive. I get the feeling that if I just pull the lever and they don't go back to where they need to be, they will figure themselves out. It will wear the shoes down and it won't rub anymore. Actually, before I get too far ahead of myself, let me remember that I need to refill the transfer case before I do anything. Getting real sick of this hand pump. Oh, I think this might be my pump's last ride. Oh, it is spitting oil around every seal that's supposed to be closed. Well, I made a bit of a mess on the cardboard, but at least it's contained to the cardboard. With the transfer case refilled, that's mostly it. I do need to do a final brake adjustment. There's a little bit of a unevenness on these, and I heard this one as well drags a little bit, but I think that's okay. Maybe I should probably do it right while I'm at it and just do the brake adjustment, but basically it's ready for a test drive. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be taking it for a test drive today. It's 6:45, Wednesday night. It's dark outside. It wouldn't really make for a good test drive. The rest of the week is pretty much out just because of work. By the time I get done with work, it'll be dark. And Saturday, I also have work. So, but maybe Saturday afternoon will be a good day. Weather permitting, it's been raining and there's been tornadoes in January. Yay, Arkansas. But maybe Saturday afternoon we'll take this thing for a drive, give it a good shakedown, see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. This has been a long 2-year project. If you like what I'm doing, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, point and laugh, whatever. And I'll see you guys on the next one.